I'm currently getting my master's degree in mechanical engineering, working a summer internship in Silicon Valley, and trying to juggle making YouTube videos. At times, life can feel very overwhelming, and I bet you found yourself in a similar place where you want to accomplish many different things in life, but you feel like you don't have enough time in the day to do everything. And that is exactly where having an optimized workflow can make or break you achieving your biggest goals. So in this video, I'm going to go over my very simple productivity workflow that has turned me from a struggling engineering student to getting straight A's and working my dream job, all while having the time to pursue my passions outside of work. Now, before we get into the main workflow, let's start with the vision for what your dream life looks like. And trust me, this is probably the most important step of the video, because without any clear goals, you can be as productive and hardworking as possible and still get nowhere. To make sure this doesn't happen to you, what you want to do is come up with 3 of your biggest and wildest goals. And on a daily basis, you'll try and narrow down all of your attention towards accomplishing these goals by ruthlessly cutting everything else out of your life. I like to call these goals the 3 pillars of life, because they revolve around the 3 most important aspects of my life. So for me, what that currently looks like is one of my pillars is focused on getting all A's in school, the second one is on excelling at work and getting a return offer at my internship, and the final one is focusing all of my time outside of the first 2 pillars towards my hobby of filmmaking and creating YouTube videos. If you're struggling to come up with your 3 main pillars, I found that creating a mood board is a great way to visualize all of your thoughts. If you have many different things you want to pursue, then creating this mood board can help you narrow down which 3 things you care the most about. And yes, it's important to narrow it down to only 3 things, so you aren't overworking yourself or going in circles chasing several different things. Okay, now that you have your 3 pillars figured out, let's get into the actual productivity workflow, which is built around 2 main tools. Now, there are several note-taking apps like Notion or Obsidian that come with tons of features and complex workflows, but I intentionally keep mine simple and easy to use. That way, I'm not spending hours every day trying to optimize my system and can just focus on actually getting work done. In my Obsidian setup, I always keep the same 3 tabs open. One is for weekly time blocking, the other is for daily scheduling, and the final one is for my weekly sub-goals. My productivity routine always begins on Sundays, where I spend an hour reflecting on the previous week, mentally noting what went well and what I could focus more on the following week. After that, I time block the upcoming week, specifically Monday through Friday, starting with the constraints of stuff I'm forced to do. I found this especially helpful in college when I would have 5 classes in a day and a different schedule every day. So blocking out what time I had school helped me visually understand how much free time was left to focus on my 3 pillars. So naturally, what comes next is time blocking the hours I'll dedicate towards my dream goals and all of the gaps in free time I have throughout the week. And the idea here is to dedicate as much time as possible to your 3 pillars, which often means making sacrifices. And for me, what that looks like is coming home after a long day of work and dedicating an extra 5 hours to working on YouTube videos instead of doom scrolling the night away. Now, this may sound overwhelming, and sometimes it can be, but for the most part it comes naturally to me because I chose to spend that 1 hour over the weekend scheduling out the weekday to be as productive as possible. And with all the planning already done for me, I've managed to remove all of the mental friction that comes with trying to optimize one's life. If you're someone who gets overwhelmed or anxious easily, I highly recommend trying this out because it's helped me remove the anxiety of feeling like you're forgetting to do something. Or whenever I'm like, damn, I could be doing more with my life. It's nice to look at the time blocked out and reassure myself that I am doing the most I can, all while maintaining a healthy balance of having fun and spending quality time with my friends and family over the weekend, which is when I do not time block anything. In Obsidian, clicking on any particular day brings you to the second tab I always keep open, which is the daily schedule. Sometimes when you're working on your day-to-day tasks, it can feel like you are so far away from reaching your dream goals. And I could just tell you to stay consistent and trust the process, but I know this is easier said than done. That's why I have one more tab that I always keep open, and it's my 3 smaller goals for every week. Ideally, you would set 1 sub-goal for each pillar, and the purpose of these smaller goals is to build motivation and remind yourself that you are accomplishing the tasks necessary to achieve your dreams. For me, these sub-goals typically look like getting an A on a test or creating a mechanical design the higher-ups are pleased with at work. These are both very tangible goals that I either accomplish or do not accomplish within the week, but I think it's important to make these goals a lot more realistic than your dreams, because accomplishing these sub-goals week after week and staying consistent will eventually lead to you building out your dream life, even if it seems impossible to attain right now. If you're still not convinced, there's a famous rule called the 1% rule, and it states that if you push yourself to be 1% better every day, which doesn't sound too difficult, then by the end of the year, you'll be 3,678% better. That's 37 times better than if you had chosen to remain stagnant through life and not given yourself that extra push to be better every day. And my controversial takeaway from this rule is that being lazy one day is not the end of the world. Because if you come back the next day and push yourself 1%, then even if you miss a few days, say 104 in a year, if you chose to relax and do absolutely nothing over the weekends, then you're still 1,244% better by the end of the year. The 1% rule is exactly why you hear all of the most successful people talk about how there's no secret to how they got there, except hard work, and even more importantly, consistency. Personally, I know this Obsidian workflow is why I'm able to make those 1% improvements every day, but I've found myself incorporating a physical notebook more and more into my life as well. Over the years of trying to document and analyze my productivity workflow, I've noticed that the more files I create, the more I start to lose things in the digital network. So this notebook kind of serves as the complete opposite purpose as the Obsidian app. You know when you have the craziest shower thought or late night idea but you forget to write it down and never remember it again? I hate when that happens. So yeah, this notebook is basically my solution to that. I have the messiest, most random notes in the most chaotic, disorganized fashion possible, but to me they make perfect sense. I really think there's a beauty to having an unaesthetic, shitty little notebook that you don't care about, that just makes it work in the productivity workflow. And it boils down to the fact that it's so frictionless to just jot something down really quick and continue on with the work you're already in the middle of doing, instead of having to stop, open up some complicated workflow, find the exact spot you put all of these niche thoughts, and then go back to whatever you were working on. That's like 5 extra steps that take you out of the flow state compared to one quick and easy action of jotting something down into a notebook. In all honesty, my life's not perfect. I deal with burnout, stress, and there can be this real toxic mindset around the over-optimization of life. So I do want to caution you that life shouldn't be a 24/7 sprint. At the end of the day, we're all just living on a floating rock. So does any of this really matter when we're all just going to die?